Hello, my friends. How's everybody doing? If you're here, as always, please say hello, drop a hi in the chat, and put a like. I appreciate the like. Welcome to the Rob Barton Crypto Coins Crew channel once again. I'm currently out and about running my errands, but we're going to do a quick live, as I promised to do for 30 days straight every day uh, before I go and do my stuff. How's everybody doing, my friends? I'm wearing the Crypto Coins Crew colors today. You see, all blue. How are you doing, my friends? All right, as always, just a quick confirmation. Can you hear me well, my friends? Does it sound good? Please confirm in the chat by saying yes if the sound is good. I really appreciate it. Does the sound good, my friends? Sounds great. Awesome, awesome, wonderful. Thank you so much, my friends. All right, let's start as usual. Before I say hi to everyone, we'll get to that part. Let's analyze the market. So currently, the market, after that quick flash crash that we had recently, the market has been stuck. Bitcoin is ranging somewhere around 25, 26K. XRP is ranging around 50 cents. Ethereum is ranging somewhere around $1,650. And nothing grand is happening. Once again, um, you know, uh, as I said many times, it takes time for the macro to develop. So we can come in here every single day during lives, and talk about pretty much the same thing because it takes a very long time for a macro to develop. Don't forget what we're doing this for like a month already, and I kept saying that once the range breaks, there's going to be like quick and basically violent move either to the upside or downside after this boring period. We just had that. We just had a violent move, and it was to the downside, but it was insignificant. It was insignificant because it did not permit for new entries. It did nothing for our strategy. It's basically useless. It's what I call as a useless move. I keep reiterating, and I guess the main message I'm going to try to get across when we do these lives is this. I keep saying that I have roughly 55% of my investment capital in the market and roughly 45% on the sidelines that I'm not touching unless new lows come and I'm going to enter the market with the entries in the Millennium spreadsheet. Maybe we'll even change it up a little bit in the Millennium spreadsheet. I don't think we will, but maybe we will. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is we're only going to buy at new lows. I come here, please pay attention to that. And I say that every single day. Did you notice that? That every single day, and the main thing that I say is do not force entries. I believe it was the last live or the one before that where I said, like, for 11th time, I repeated 11 times, do not force entries. Do not force entries. So I'm here again, once again, to deliver the main message. Do not force entries. If you have the Millennium spreadsheet, the Millennium spreadsheet starts with the following phrase. Remember the following words, that you have roughly a year to put together $10,000. That's what happened. Bitcoin bottomed at 15K in roughly 376 days, give or take. But not all of our entries were hit. Not all of our entries were hit. And I would like for many more of our entries to be hit. So either way, the entries were not hit, but the money that you put together and you set aside to buy all the entries, not all of it has been used, just like mine. You should be roughly like 55% in the market and roughly 45% of your investment capital that you've been saving for you should be on the sidelines. I hope at least that's the case and you haven't done anything that is not indicated in the Millennium spreadsheet or hasn't been mentioned on Patreon. So I hope you're just following everything that we're doing on Patreon and the crypto coins, basically. So you should have a good amount of money on the sidelines. And currently, the market is so concentrating on buying the dip and it bouncing higher. Of course, I believe that it can go much higher. I do believe that eventually we'll see a euphoria phase. I do believe that currently everything is intact. We're building higher highs and higher lows. But as I keep saying during every single Patreon update, that is irrelevant, right? That is irrelevant. We can wake up tomorrow and there can be a black swan event. Overnight while we're sleeping, something terrible might happen. When we wake up and the markets are down like 70%. We can never predict the market with 100% certainty. All we need is rough estimates. We have the strategy that we have in place for a reason, right? We have these new lows and those very, very low entries in the Millionaire spreadsheet for the reason. The reason being because we base our entries on historical percentages of what coins have done before. And in the past, they have crashed much harder than they currently have in this cycle, which is why we have entries with many coins at much lower targets. For example, with Ethereum, only one target was hit, right, in our Millionaire spreadsheet. All the other, I believe like another 4 entries were never hit. So we do not force entries. We do not touch that money to buy something else. Leave that money be. Of course, the market can reverse and pump much higher and go to the moon. But either way, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Even if the 4-year cycles are intact, roughly give or take, is going to happen only in 2025. And if 15K Bitcoin does not hold, as I've been saying for a very long time, that means basically that's a new low. That means that that was not the local bottom. That means that it's going to take longer for the market to bottom, which means the market cycles are lengthening, and that means that it's going to take longer for Euphoria phase to hit. If that is the case, right, because we have to be prepared for both scenarios, and I keep saying that we're currently neutral. If that is the case, this is where the 45% that's roughly on the sidelines that you've been saving for a year and setting aside for your accumulation budget is going to come in. That is what we're going to use to dollar cost average at new lows on the way down as the market crashes further. If it never happens, we already have fantastic entries that we got after huge crashes. We hold them either way. And if the market starts pumping and never crashes, we're going to start taking profits and setting trailing take profits and getting out of the market and laddering out and setting stop losses. But in case we do nuke further and we do get some great entries, you have to make sure that you follow the strategy and you have money on the side to do that. So please, once again, do not force entries. Do not force entries. Always remember that if we do get a huge crash and more opportunities to dollar cost average and diversify at new lows, that is going to come with a scary narrative. Something terrible is going to need to happen. Something very scary. Some kind of probably major world event like COVID last time, or maybe some huge financial crypto event. I don't know. We never know what it's going to be. Excuse me. Very often it's the USDT Tether news that comes along with it. Like the depegging and the collapse of the Tether. That's probably something that's going to be mixed into there. Maybe it's going to have something to do with some kind of world conflict, or maybe once again some kind of new, I don't know, like sickness or something, virus. You never know, basically. Maybe it's new depression 2.0, and everybody saying that that's it. Like crypto is dead and the stock market is about to nuke 50%. And all of that is very possible, right? So our game plan has to remain the same. No matter what happens, if scary stuff happens, we ignore the scary stuff and we dollar cost average. I know that a lot of people find it boring to do what we do. I know a lot of people want to hear moon. I know that a lot of people want, prices to pop hard, especially in this year. And I know that there are a lot of inactives out there that are telling you that crypto and certain coins are going to pump to certain price targets this year. None of them are going to do that, in my personal belief. As I've been saying for a very long time, I do not believe that SRP is going to $10 this year. I do not believe Bitcoin is going to $100,000 this year. I do not believe in new all-time highs this year. And I believe that you're going to have to be patient to get new highs and excellent returns. Either way, even if the market cycles are not lengthened, even if roughly 4-year cycles are intact, you're going to have to wait and be patient. I know that you hate to hear it, but it is what it is. I've always kept it realistic, real 100%. I'm not a hype guy, I'm not a moon boy, and I'm not a doom boy. We just follow the strategy. No matter what happens in this world, we follow the strategy. Very simple and very easy. All we have to do is follow the strategy. The only thing that we're going to add additionally, as I mentioned earlier on, is that if XRP goes into the 30s, like basically if XRP goes into the 5 cent to the 35 cent range, I'm going to take roughly $30,000, give or take, and we're going to start swing trading XRP for a tidy profit while we basically wait for the Euphoria phase to hit. Especially if the market cycle lengthens, it's something that people are definitely going to need as they wait for moon, to start putting very good amounts of money in their pockets. So what we're going to do is basically I'm going to take 30K and live on my Patreon, my $99 tier. You'll be seeing how I turn basically 30K into 100K, and then from 100K within like 2 to 3 years, we're going to take it to like 500K. And you'll see basically how I swing trade, and you'll see it live, and you'll be able to learn, hopefully. But yeah, I hope that what you take away from this live and what you've been taking away from all the lives, that you always follow the strategy in the Millionaire spreadsheet, which is our main play where we have the overwhelming majority of our portfolio invested is the Millionaire spreadsheet. So do not deviate away from that. Keep in mind that there are a lot of entries in the Millionaire spreadsheet that did not hit, and you therefore should have a good kind of capital on the sidelines to be ready to accumulate if the market does crash further. Once again, if it doesn't, it pumps hard, we'll start locking in amazing profits either way, right? But you have to stick to the strategy. The strategy was not there just for no reason. There's a reason why we have those entries, because I put in the work, I put in the math, the research, the data, use the technical analysis that I always use to put together the plan that we have there, right? Of course, not all entries are going to be hit, and of course, not all price targets are going to be hit, but our strategy is going to deal with that. And keep in mind that currently the great entries that we got from Bitcoin at 20K and below 20K, Ethereum when it was under $900 and then XRP at 35 cents, we got because we followed the strategy and we're patient with enough force entries. So we have to keep doing the same thing, right? If it works, you have to do what works. What worked? Patience worked. Awaiting great entries after huge crashes worked. Once again, if that worked, what do? We stay patient, like the first time. We wait for huge crashes and dollar cost average and get great entries once again. If that doesn't happen, we already have great entries. We're not going to be able to get every entry either way. Perfection is a lie, and greed is a bad thing, right? Wanting every single entry to hit is greed. Forcing entries is greed. So do not force entries. Let the market develop and mature. If it pumps, we'll start selling. If it crashes hard before it starts pumping, we'll execute the buys in our Millionaire spreadsheet. Let's see what you're saying, my friends. Adrian Muslimi, hello, brother. How are you doing in Vienna? Observation channel, good to see you here. Adrian, thank you for the compliment. Sigir, I'm well, thank you, brother. How are you? VIP Solanke, good to see you here, brother. Jacqueline Smith, hello. Sergio saying, hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button, my friends, if you're here. Thank you. Matthew saying, hi Rob. You mentioned you did a swing trade if XRP reached new lows. I'm in Australia and a member. Could I still follow your trades even though I would not be able to read till later due to time differences? Yes, absolutely, Matthew. You'll very often have time to get roughly the same entries because we'll be swing trading, not day trading, so you don't need perfection. It will make no difference. For example, if you get in at 35 cents or 30 cents, when we'll be swing trading, yes, you'll make a little bit less profit, but the good thing is you'll still make very good profit. So, like I said, if you, for example, I got in at 30 cents and you wake up and XRP bounce to 35 cents, you can still execute it. It's fine, it's fine. Diego G. Gold 82 saying, hi Rob, I'm a Patreon member. Hey there, bud. He goes on to say, I love your strategy. Could you make a tutorial about how to set trailing take profits to prepare it in advance? Cheers from Spain. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Diego, I'll definitely do that. As I mentioned earlier, once it's time to start transitioning into the phase where we start moving all our coins from cold storage into exchanges, I'll make a video and I'll write market updates and I'll answer every single question on Patreon. If a Patreon member has a question in regards how to going to be setting trailing take profits for every single coin. Bad times are coming, as Tanya Papa is saying. We don't know that, my friend. But if they are, we're ready. We don't know. We're currently neutral. And whatever happens, if we pop hard and the market goes crazy, we're going to ignore all the hype and happiness and we're going to follow the strategy and follow the strategy and execute the sell orders. And if the market dumps hard and there are scary narratives, we're going to ignore all the bad news and execute the strategy and execute the buy orders. Tanyak is saying, Salam, Rob. You still in Dubai? Yeah, brother, I'm still in Dubai. How are you doing? Roger Richard says, happy Sunday, Rob. Thank you, brother. Happy Sunday to you and yours. So yeah, my friends, as I keep saying, do not force entries. Please, for the love of God, do not force entries, right? I do not want you to be in a position where, for example, if the market does nuke and we have these entries that we have in a Millionaire spreadsheet and you basically don't have significant capital to bring down your average, that's not something that I want to see for anybody. So please do not force entries. At this point, after the wonderful entries that we got, it's better to miss out with the remaining entries instead of being in a situation where we get the entries, but you're down a lot and you cannot bring down your average and get more fantastic entries. So it's better to miss out than to be in a position where everything nukes hard and you don't have the significant capital to bring down your average. So do not force entries. Remain patient. You will have to be patient. And Good things are gonna come. Basically, just stay patient and stick to the plan. Please do not force entries. Only buy at new lows. Uh, don't watch. I would highly recommend don't watch all these Moonboy videos about people explaining why XRP is about to hit $10 or how Bitcoin is going to see a new all-time high this year. I know there's a lot of content out there currently, and I know that a lot of it's supported by technical analysis. But if you're watching people who are telling you stuff like that, just look at what. Don't just look basically at successful analysis. That's what I'm trying to say, because everybody has successful analysis, but they also have analysis where they failed, right? Even your best analyst out there, name him right now. Go check his videos from 2020. Just watch 10 videos in a row. You'll see where he messes up. Anybody out there. Or same thing with the tweets. Anybody out there, including me. But like I said, my strategy does not seek perfection. And it's built in a way that knows that I'm going to be wrong. Therefore, it's built in a way that I'm going to get paid either way. Uh, Watching videos that are telling you that basically everything is about to go to the moon is setting you up for disappointment, because everything is not about to go to the moon, in my humble opinion. Even when it does go to the moon, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Eventually, it will. Eventually, everything will pump hard in the euphoria phase of the cycle. But you have to make it there. You know what I mean? And watching things like $10 XRP right now is not going to help you, because it makes you FOMO. You know, when we just had the wonderful lawsuit news for XRP, which was lovely. I love that. It's a big and wonderful. It was a big and wonderful day for the whole crypto space and XRP community. But what did it do? It basically made the price pump. It basically showed you that retail is FOMOing in and buying outside of the accumulation phase. You know, it showed you that people were buying XRP at 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 cents, right? So none of them are doing well right now. You know, people who bought XRP at 90 cents are currently hurt. People who bought Bitcoin at $32,000 are currently hurt. You know, so the point I'm trying to make is don't watch these Moonboy videos, because watching Moonboy videos, they set up your mind to think that everything's about to blast off and you're about to miss out. Therefore, your greed kicks in and you feel like you have to put in as much money as you possibly can, and then everything nukes and crashes harder, you're at a loss again. Not the way you should be doing it. You can't just randomly put money into the market just because you watch some kind of exciting Moonboy video. There's a strategy, right? The strategy is, once again, what we only buy and dollar cost average with equal amounts of money, only at new lows, only after huge crashes. As long as you stick to this, everything will be fine. David is saying, maybe my memory is poor, but I'm hearing so many resources saying that they told us to be risk SRP at 90 cents. I watch a lot of content, and most were saying we're going to the moon. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, David. Like, you know, when SRP was 90 cents, I tweeted several things, right? I said, do not buy green candles, do not FOMO. I said that I expect the correction back to the 59 to the 51 cent region. And I also said that I'm neither buying nor selling in this area. I'm neutral, right? So I did not buy any, I did not sell any. I just sat in my hands. Why? Because 90-cent entry is neither good for an exit, it's neither good for an entry. Because once again, I look at the whole cycle as a macro, and I definitely believe that one day in the coming years, XRP's price will be a lot higher than 90 cents. I just don't think it's going to happen soon, but I do believe that it's going to happen. That being said, like I said, if XRP goes into the 5 to the 35 cent region, we'll be swing trading. So that being the case, we'll be taking profits, some profits at 50 cents, some at 60 cents, some at 80 cents, so on and so forth, Master on Blade is saying, hi, good morning. Just did my training. Nice to see you live. Good to have you here, brother. Henrik, thank you for the nice compliment. Yeah, I always try to remind people not to FOMO. It's like, don't worry, guys. I know that you keep reading that some kind of train is about to leave the station. And I make fun of it, saying that the rocket is about to leave the silo. That the donkey hasn't escaped the stables. Nothing is really leaving the train station. Remember, I also tweeted this tweet saying when the market was pumping, that statistically speaking, when people tell you you will never see these prices again, you're very likely to see these prices again. And what happened? What happened is that you're seeing the prices again. So don't forget when the Riddlers were saying XRP will never go below 50 cents again. Do you remember that? Just recently it happened. What happened? It went under 50 cents. It was just recently at 45 or 42 cents. So yeah, keep that in mind, my friends. Don't listen to bullshit, basically. It's very important not to listen to bullshit. And if basically these videos about rockets and moons and Lambos affect you, just don't watch them. Don't watch them. Ignore the noise. And very important, like I said many times, remain patient, And don't force entries. Very, very important. Do not force entries, my friends. Dan Keo saying, hi, Rob, great to catch you. Another live stream. Looks like you're living the dream. Good for you, brother. Thank you, brother. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I have achieved a lot of my goals, basically. Very fortunate. And, one of the main reasons how I was able to do that, like I said, is not listening to riddles and puzzles, but by ignoring all that BS and taking profits and locking that in and changing my life financially. And just like I automatically block people like that, but basically I just had the guy ask me like, why am I so bothered by all these riddles and puzzles? I blocked the person because if you don't understand why I'm bothered by it, I'm not even going to venture because it's going to turn into some kind of conflict because obviously the person is taking it personally since they probably bought like at 90 cents and believe in 589. So there's no point to talk to this person. So the point I'm trying to make is why it triggers me and why it bothers me is very simple. It's because you complete idiots and morons, right, who deserve zero respect whatsoever, are screwing people over with your constant, childish, kindergarten level BS. People are losing money consistently because of you. When, for example, I was saying sell Bitcoin around 50K and 60K lock in profits, once again, these people, let's just put it that way, we're saying that we're about to go to 250K and all that, right? No take profits, no great entries, nothing. Just random DCA, stupid ass content like that. That's why I'm against it. It's very quite simple why I'm against it. If you don't get it, then you're an idiot. You know what I mean? It's very simple. And he gave me something about basically that it's funny coming from somebody who says that we should be respectful. I'm always very respectful. You know what I mean? I'm always very, very respectful. I've had many occasions on crypto Twitter where I had people even swear at me and curse at me, and I was still respectful because it had nothing to do about them hurting people out there. It had them just coming at me, and that's fine. I have thick skin. I can deal with it. But when you have these idiots with large followings who are hurting tens of thousands of investors all over the world with their bullshit, that's where I take it personally. That's where it does bother me. That's where these people do not deserve any respect whatsoever. How can they deserve any respect when they're basically, I don't even know how to explain this, when they're basically talking such shit out of their asses, and they know it just for clicks and likes, because they have no idea how to invest, how to actually make money of investing or trading. So the only way they can make money is by monetizing their YouTube channels and whatever it is, like entertaining people, and all that stuff. So how am I supposed to respect them? You know what I mean? How am I supposed to respect the person basically scamming people out of their money with some dumbass, childish level stuff? Like, who can respect that? What kind of a grown man can respect that? You know what I mean? I will never respect anything of the kind. It reserves no respect whatsoever, at least for me. So yeah, I hope that covers it. If you're basically a Riddler or a 589er, or you believe in puzzles and riddles, and you see this live, please kindly unsubscribe from my channel. Do not watch my videos anymore. Yeah, XRP, it's definitely not wrong to get prepared, my friend. David saying, when you say don't force entries, do you mean don't buy early out of FOMO or respect your honesty, Rob? David, I'm saying basically that that we were accumulating at much lower prices. So, we were buying when market was much lower, like, for example, with Bitcoin at around 20K and below 20K, with Ethereum under $900. And currently everything is up a decent amount. So if what I mean is, like, don't force entries, don't buy here because if you're my member, you should have bought much lower. And do not buy here because the market has bumped. So only buy if we see lower than than where we already bought. So for example, lower than 20K, do not buy 20K because we already bought there. Roughly 15K, do not buy it because we already bought there. So it has to go lower. We have to see new lower prices in order to dollar cost average. That's basically buying region, and that's not forcing entries. Thomas Horton, cheers, brother. All right, my friends, I'm going to bounce. I'm a bit in a hurry today. I do have to attend to some family matters and, go to a doctor. So I'll catch you guys later. I'll catch you guys on Twitter. I'll catch you guys, my Patreon members on Patreon today. And I'll get back to answering DMs once again today because there are a lot of DMs. So I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys, and please kind of put a like.